There's nothing more important than the safety of our children, whether it's families and having that peace of mind when they send their children to our schools that they're safe, or kids walking in the door. You have to feel safe, you have to feel secure if you're going to learn at your best, if you're going to meet your potential as a student and as a person.
Student safety is paramount. In order to make our students safe, we have to work with our local partners, whether that be the town of HAVERSTRAW Police, whether that be the Stony Point Police, or whether that be the sheriff. Bringing these groups together enables us to develop not only a relationship, but a partnership and an understanding of common language in the event of an emergency and a response.
98% of the time when there's an active shooter, it's a solo person.
You're seeing a collaborative between the school districts and law enforcement, so there's a clear understanding around school safety and the elements of responsibility between both sides and how they actually come together and work together in order to negate any threat or any incident that might occur in a school or in a school district.
What we're going to do is we're going to start out, we're going to do one-man entries and work our way up.
Officers were being reintroduced to the concepts and principles that they've been exposed to throughout their training here in the Rockland County Police Academy, as well as in service. We teach officers how to maneuver to an active shooter event.
They're taught right away to go in and to address the threat in the school. We have our long rifles, we have our ballistic vests. They're working on clearing hallways, they're working on clearing rooms.
In the case that they respond to an active shooter, that they can move down a hallway safely, quickly, and enter that room and eliminate the active shooter.
You want to use as much distance and cover as you can.
It was just so impressive to see everybody working together. It didn't matter what PD they were part of. It didn't matter what their title was. They knew what their role was in this event. They knew where to go. They knew how to provide us with instruction, what we needed to do to handle this situation, and to really practice and be prepared in the unfortunate event that something like this happened.
What we're trying to create is first-name understanding, not just between the law enforcement officers, but between law enforcement and school districts as well. So when the police respond to a school and they already know who the principals are, who the assistant principals are, who the important people in those buildings are, there's a level of trust that immediately takes place that makes the incident flow more smoothly.
It used to be, the old system was you had 3 or 4 officers arrive, they would wait till there were 3 or 4 on scene, and then they would go into the building. Now the first officer on scene, he's going into the building, he's going towards the threat. Second officer shows up, he'll then go in, he'll join that first officer, but you're there, you're alone, you're still going in.
You might have, very realistically, people or police officers from different departments showing up together. So I think it's very important for us to learn the same language, tactics, movement, everything, to be on the same page.
Our new lockdown system that we have in place allows us to automate the entire process. If there was a situation within our buildings, an administrator can either use their phone or there's a lockdown button in the main offices where that it will shut down the entire building. All doors will lock, the PA system will go off with a lockdown, signaling to the rest of the staff and students to follow lockdown procedures. In addition to that, we have outdoor perimeter lighting that will flash for staff that may be in the parking lot, and also the PA system will work outdoors too.
One of our biggest concerns from our administrative team, from our security team, from our teachers and our staff in general is the outside of our buildings and making sure they're secure and that nobody can enter those buildings. We've secured a security firm that is going to monitor the outside of the building. Anytime somebody comes on campus, anytime a door is open, it's going to be reported and it's going to be addressed.
In light of the horrible events in society, at the North Rockland Central School District, we're attempting to be proactive by bringing additional security guards to further establish a secure perimeter around each of our buildings. These exterior security guards will be responsible for monitoring the comings and goings of guests, checking the doors, whether or not they've been ajar or propped open, and communicating with the security team that's already located inside of each of the buildings. To complement the 11 different security guards, we also now have different vehicles that we've secured. These vehicles are gators. They have the ability to transport the security around each of our facilities, to monitor the parking lots, to check the backs of the buildings, and to make sure that it's kept safe for our students and our staff.
So over the last number of years, we've utilized money from the Smart Schools Bond Act. We've increased our cameras on the perimeter of our buildings. We were roughly about 300 cameras district-wide, interior and exterior. We are now at 600 cameras. Cameras help us watch what's going on the outside of our buildings, our bus loops, our football fields. Hopefully, if there was a threat, we'll see it before it was entering into the building.
Security, can I help you? We're doing everything we can to keep the school safe and the children safe. The biggest thing, of course, and it's very popular, is to see something, say something. So my team takes extra steps in observing everything that goes on. We may have someone walking down the hall and just peer at somebody like in a mean way and keep walking. That's a red flag. We'll ask, hey, everything's okay? And oh, well, they'll tell us, well, maybe, well, this one is picking on me, or this could be bullying. So those are different things that we hone in on to make the place better safe.
It's our goal to make sure that our staff understands that if they see something, say something. We want to make sure that the student safety is the #1 priority for our district, and that our families know that as well.
It's super important for the students to feel safe and secure. I mean, it's supposed to be a safe haven. And, you know, these were the students that come in. They should be focused on their learning, on their meeting their friends, not on who's going to come in and harm them. So it's a safe haven, and it should always be a safe haven. And that's our main job, is to make sure that they're safe all the time.
I'm a dad, and what I want for all of my parents in North Rockland is to feel like I feel like as a dad, which is my child is going to be taken care of. The school cares. Not only are they going to get a solid education, not only going to teach them to make good decisions, but they are going to be safe when they're put in your hands. And I want to let our community know that I would feel safe sending my children here to North Rockland. I feel much safer, much more secure that we're going to handle this the right way.